So understanding the context of the kinetic chain and how we produce power and speed sets up everything that we're doing. Now I'm bringing up this whole idea of the rotational swing because it is a subject of controversy, both in tennis and in baseball, where not all instructors agree on the rotational nature of the swing. In golf, it's not the same. Everyone agrees, and has agreed since 1957 when Ben Hogan, one of the GOAT candidates, published his famous 5 lessons book that people are still studying, and detailed and mapped out the whole nature of the rotational golf swing. And people are still learning from it, and no one has ever contradicted the basic findings among any top golf instructor. In baseball, we still have some instructors and some popular instructors who will say, yeah, you know, we get all this coiling and loading in the back. That's obvious with the bat up here. And then we have an uncoiling. And then we should do something linear with our hands. We should throw them out, make the shortest distance to the barrel of the bat, to the ball, and square it up here with our hands in a straight motion because we want the ball to go straight. Then our barrel of our bat must go straight here through contact. And that is a common sense notion that we see echoed in so much tennis instruction as well. So you just can't get it out of their minds that common sense tells me that this racket has to swing through linear to the target for the ball to go straight to the target. When in fact, as you'll see in the videos that follow and all I've shown before, is that you can have a pure rotational swing and that rotational arc intersects the ball at a certain point in the swing where the racket is squaring to the target. The ball sinks in and is directed linear to the target, and the swing continues in this rotational manner. There's no re-steering or redirecting, as so many instructors have taught you, and it's going to lead to all sorts of problems. And I'll explain in future lessons sort of many of the other reasons why this idea of the linear swing still holds sway. But a very simple fact is that most videos on YouTube that you see are shot from the angle that I'm shooting this at, from a face-on point of view. And so even a rotational swing, even in slow motion, will have much more of an appearance of a linear path through contact. And you'll see that, and I'll show you in a moment, the best way to see the true rotational nature of any swing is to be shooting from the rear of the player to the target here. This is when we can capture the shape of the swing more accurately. So now I'm showing you a couple of the swings I made, baseball swing and a golf swing in slow motion. As you can see, I shot it from the rear, and you'll see the same elements that we see in all good. You know, you'll see a coiling and turning back of the upper part of the body against the lower body as you load. And you will see an unwinding and the elbow sinking down, just as we talked about with the elbow whip. And you'll see that the bat at the first part of the swing is moving close into the body behind it, trailing the hands. And then as we get to the turn of the swing, the arms extend out. Contact is made at the right moment, and the follow through happens, all in a rotational move as you're just seeing now. And once you understand these principles, You can go out and swing a bat in a golf and have a pretty decent swing quickly. I haven't played baseball in, well, decades, and in 15 minutes I was able to put together the swing that you see. Same with golf. I haven't really played but a few times in decades. And again, you see the turn and coil, the hands going up high. You see a drop into the slot where the elbow and the hands are coming down, but trailing the pulling body and the pulling hands. And then you see the turn into the swing and the free release of the club head at a much faster speed than we produce in baseball. I mean, in tennis, our swing speed may be 50, 60, 70 miles an hour at a professional level in tennis. The average speed for a club head driver on the pro tour is 120 miles an hour, 121. So almost twice as fast they're going through this moment of contact. And their actual moment of contact is only 1/10 of the time that we have with the ball in tennis, because we have a hard club and a hard golf ball. There's just a fraction of a second that ball's in contact with the club head, and it still directs it straight down the fairway. Any deviation 1 degree or another at contact is going to send the ball typically out of bounds. So how is it possible that these golfers are swinging so hard and so accurately and so efficiently? Well, it's all built into the things that we've been talking about, how we use the laws of physics to help us throw the club head out on this swing circle, and that the center of mass of the club, whether it's a bat or a racket or whatever, tends to rotate this head around, barrel around, club head around, and tends to square it to contact at the right moment if it's driven by the body's rotation. If it's not driven by the body's rotation, if the arm becomes disconnected, then we're going to generate all kinds of errors. Now, to complete the cycle of the rotational model that we're talking about, I'll show you Jack Sock that we filmed from the rear. And Jack Sock, why Jack Sock? Well, I consider him a GOAT candidate for topspin forehand. He produces as much spin and power as Rafa, and generally was acknowledged on the tour as having a great forehand. Now, why didn't he win Grand Slam titles? Well, all the rest of his game wasn't nearly up to the level of his topspin forehand. If it was, he would have won multiple titles, I believe. I think generally people would think that as well, but he didn't. But still, for the technique of topspin forehand, he had a tremendous technique that we can all learn from and study. And you'll see, a different kind of coiling. You'll see more elbow-driven power with Sock. You'll see a more compact form, but you can see that the form that we're talking about, where the elbow leads the swing back and forward, and this tremendous amount of power stored in this short amount of space, and this rotational action can produce tremendous power and spin. So as we move along here, I want to encourage you to start leaving behind the old linear swing and pushing to the target, the levering action of the arm in this linear manner, and evolve to the true rotational swing that goats at the highest level utilize in all sports now.